Welcome to the Beauty Pro Wellness Podcast, the podcast that mixes wellness with personal development tips and info specifically for beauty industry professionals. I'm your host, Abby O'Sullivan, a longtime esthetician and lash artist turned wellness coach. With burnout and health issues on the rise amongst my beauty pro friends, I know we need a space to come together, to learn, support each other, and get the push you need to take care of your health. Together, we'll dive into topics like mobility training for a less achy body, managing stress in the chaos of running a business and handling clients, setting up your self-care routines, and so much more. You deserve to feel as good as your clients do when they leave you. Let's make time for you, starting with this podcast. Welcome back to the Beauty Pro Wellness Podcast. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in. In this episode, we are going to take a deeper dive into the Free Your Body Strength and Mobility programs for beauty pros and the deeper mission behind it. I actually sat down and I journaled about this. I do this when I create something anyway. I'm always like, what's it for? Who's it for? The why? What's the mission? And the other day, I just really needed to get out onto paper the things that have been floating around in my head that I'd probably written down on a different piece of paper in fragments, and then I really wanted to put it into a podcast. So not only could you get the details of what the classes, the programs actually are, like the functional part of it, but the why behind it. And that's really the important part to me. It's important to my overall mission and what I feel like I'm here on this earth to do, and I think that when we can recognize that and we can just be in alignment with that, it feels magical. I don't even have the words right now because it's just bubbling out of me. But I wanted to share what this really means to me and why I want to put this out into the world. And Free Your Body, to me, it's not just about being strong in your body. It's also about releasing restriction, whether this restriction lies in how tense and tight you feel in your body, or it's restriction of food, of sleep, of pleasure, of feeling emotions, of trying to force yourself, your body, into a specific size, shape, or arbitrary mold. Free Your Body, to me, represents a big fuck you to playing small, to fitting into a box you didn't design or a box that doesn't fit anymore. Free your body from the junk, whether that's media, relationships that drain you, food, or alcohol even. Free your body from numbing and distraction and from the chaotic, chronic stress. Release the restricting, limiting beliefs of this is how it should be and shift it to this is the way it gets to be. Free your body from the no breaks, back-to-back clients and meetings, the damage that the hours and hours of sitting can do. Free yourself and your body from the overworking, overgiving from overuse. Boundaries, even though it sounds like it's trapping you in, that will set you free. It's a challenge to the status quo, to your status quo even. This is the way I've always done it. Well, maybe not anymore, okay? Listen, I have to tell myself that too. Free your body is feeling more ease in your body. It's understanding your energetic needs and your own rhythms and flow and tapping into your strength and your personal power physically, emotionally, and mentally. It's nervous system regulation. It's a mix of awareness and doing the work and discipline and intuition and acceptance while striving to continue to nourish yourself the best you can. And a lot of modalities and therapies could fit into this mission. It fits under this message. And while I originally went to college to become a psychologist and I have a deep fascination with it, I am not one. So Free Your Body could mean diving into emotional work with a therapist because the body holds on to it all. It takes everything in, not just food and not just water. in the larger mission and vision of Free Your Body, that has to be said. And of course, you can work concurrently to improve your physical self at the same time that you are working on your emotional and mental health. They kind of crisscross anyway. And also, this is a journey. It's a beautiful journey. And we get to unlearn through education, unlearn through learning, and through trial and error, and through giving ourselves a chance, a real chance, and through grace and patience and having community and just continuing to have conversations around what wellness and health can look like and how some guidelines are positive and like based on real actual things and others maybe not so much. The Free Your Body strength and mobility programs for beauty pros will enhance your overall well-being, especially with the larger vision and plan that I have for it with future classes. Right now, you will find mobility and strength workouts that are body area specific. They are based on FRC, functional range conditioning principles of mobility training and strength exercises. That's joint health, but it's also muscle building and improving how your body moves, your strength, your ability to relieve pain on your own, and how you feel in your body. And unrestricted is the goal. I almost kind of wanted to call it that, unrestricted. I thought that kind of sounded gangster, like unrestricted strength and mobility workouts for beauty pros. But I love the flow and the more uplifting and vibey Free Your Body, right? Okay, so these classes are designed specifically with the beauty pro in mind, how you work and the issues you tend to have physically. So we're going to show our neck and our wrists some care. We're going to work the shoulders and the shoulder blades to alleviate tension and reduce the risk of injury. We're going to make our spine move fluidly, strengthen the back, and give you tools to alleviate low back pain. If you have tight hips, don't worry, we're going to work on them so you have less pain in your low back and your hips, and you can squat and twerk and play, whatever it is that you want to do with more ease and not feel like your body's going to give out on you or like you can't quite get into that position you're trying to be in, just like wherever you end up in life. The bed, the chair behind the client, on the rocks, like hiking, we want to be ready for it all. You'll be able to choose the class you want to start with. So if you wanted to start with your wrist or your neck or your back, they will be sold individually and as bundles. And each class comes with foundational info videos and a daily mobility routine. So you can use the informative videos to learn the basic concepts that we are going to be using in the workouts, and then master the daily mobility routine to keep your joints healthy and your body feeling less crusty and more fluid. And for the future, I am planning to have a type of community feature for people who purchase the classes, so specifically for the Free Your Body programs. Maybe you've heard the story or maybe you haven't, but the Free Your Body programs come from my own desire to have better tools for my body at a time when I was so booked and busy. I was no breaks Nina for a really long time. Sacrifice myself Sydney, boundaryless Bianca. If I'd known then what I know now about a lot of things, body and business, I might not be here sharing this with you today. But through those hard-learned lessons in business pricing, scheduling, and self-care, I created a different path for myself that leads us to right here, right now. You listening to this podcast, me speaking. It's a mission, a message that I'm very passionate about, and I will rant and I will talk about it till the cows come home. Beware if you catch me in person. I want to know how you are taking care of yourself while you build your business. So it's all sustainable. I don't want you to lose your health or have your body break down because one more client or like one more project or like one more income stream seemed like a good idea. You already know, as women, we take on a lot in all of the ways. We are at a time where we're questioning that. We're questioning, like, do we really need to take it all on? Can we take it all on? We're questioning ourselves, like we're challenging ourselves with those questions, challenging ourselves to take a pause, a step back, and ask, can I really take that on? How can I take something off my plate so I can do what I need to? Or how can I take care of myself better so I can handle life and the ongoing business challenges that I know I'm going to face? My no-break Nina status landed me in physical therapy for about a half a year. That's thousands of dollars out of my pocket spent trying to fix my fucking body. And at first it was to fix my body, and then it was maintenance. I had really bad pain in my hips from some kind of injury. Like I really don't even know how, but then the overcompensations that I was doing, like with my daily life, sitting, walking, moving, made it worse. I had tingly, numb fingers, which is not great as somebody who's handling sharp tweezers, and delicate lashes over people's eyes. I had tightness in my body. I had knotty masses of tissue in my shoulder. The fascia was just all kinds of crumpled up. I was always desperate for massages, always. I sought out a chiropractor first. I was told to try this or that, ice packs, pain relief, tiger balm, stretch. Okay, great. It didn't matter because I went back to that sitting position for 7 to 8 hours straight, day after day. And I was even working out, and I still landed in physical therapy. So of course there's variables at play, right? Boundaryless Bianca had some sorting out to do. But by then I was burned out. I wasn't on the verge. I was in it, mentally checking out because of the hamster wheel I was on. Clients booked out for 3 months ahead, and that's only because I told them that's as far as they could book out. Otherwise, I would have booked out to the end of the year. I was wanting to have fun on the weekends, but only really taking a day and a half off most weeks. So really burning the candle at both ends. Hiring a personal trainer made me set some boundaries in my schedule, and that was good. I realized I had a max that I could take of appointments a day. Great. I raised my prices. Not enough though, not enough. And then I moved, and I was put into a new work environment that went against what I had just been working on. I moved to a whole different state, started working for somebody. And I'll record a whole podcast about this era of my life because it really has to do with trying new things, pivoting, and finding a path for yourself and all of the muck that you might have to go through and the hard lessons learned. So I won't go into the whole story here, but just know that I didn't just burn out physically once. It happened again and again when my boundaries were challenged and I had to put my foot down with others and myself. And part of the reason I'll record a separate podcast is because there came a point when I mentally and emotionally was just done with the lash industry. I was working for a lash brand, and then I wasn't suddenly. And I really questioned how or if I wanted to be involved anymore. If I even did, beyond having a studio where I just saw my clients and that's it. No trainings or being affiliated with any brand in any way. And this is when I decided to become a personal trainer. I'd always had such good experiences with my coaches and trainers. Lifting has always made me feel really powerful, and it made me feel really good about myself. I think it's like in the first 5 episodes is my fitness journey. And that's kind of like the origin story of how I got into the gym and all of that. You can go back and listen to that one. I found community in the gym. And it was somewhere new that I never thought that I'd belong, right? I never thought that I belonged in the gym, like lifting weights or whatever. I guess it didn't even really occur to me, but it took me a lot of courage to even walk in and get a tour. And then the fact that I, just started to feel comfortable walking into the free weight section and lifting, and I still do to this day. Like touring a new gym, you're just trying to get to know and acclimate yourself. But I feel very comfortable doing that. And I don't know if I would have ever thought that for myself, And I wanted that feeling for other women, to not be afraid to walk into the gym and into the free weight section where all the guys are doing bicep curls in front of the mirror, taking up all the fucking space. Even in the past 5 years, though, the gym culture has changed so much, and for the better, thank goodness. I would say for the most part, for the better, thank goodness. Seen a lot more women in the gym, seen a lot more women on social media doing things. I don't always highly recommend like following all the influencers because they do a lot of bullshit, and whatever. That's like a separate conversation. And then in 2020, I found FRC, functional range conditioning, through a colleague, and I hired him to be my trainer so I could learn more about this style of mobility training. And I combined it with my regular workouts and other movements that I played with, and it was just really fascinating to me. It changed the way that I train. It made me feel a whole different kind of strength. And I could use it midday and between lash appointments to help my body. It helped with the aches and the stiffness that comes from lashing and sitting down. Like, you can't just walk into the gym cold from a day of being at the spa with your clients or even sleeping. You've got to warm up. You've got to prime your body properly. I don't mean like get on the fucking treadmill for 10 minutes. Like, I guess if that does it for you, awesome. But like, you're going to get so much more out of your workout when you prime your body properly for the actions you're getting ready to take. And when you sit like we do, there's a particular way your body is just more used to being. And having a good warm-up routine is essential. You will feel more powerful in your workout. You will feel stronger, and there will be less risk of you tweaking your back or pulling a rib or fucking up your shoulders or whatever it is we fucking do because we didn't warm up properly or because we just like don't know what to do, because that's also a thing. I knew this was the missing piece that I'd been desiring all those years back when I was super booked Sydney or whoever, boundaryless Bianca, and what was the other one? No breaks Nina. All of the multiple personalities rolled into one. In the past few years, I've also taken nutrition coaching certifications, neurotyping certification. I've learned more about the nervous system and regulation and tools that you can use in your life to handle stress with more ease. I've created just straight challenge, like 6-week workouts. I've created a whole course around nervous system regulation and nutrition and fitness and all of that. And now I get to pour a combination of all of these pieces and all this education into these programs that I've been wanting to create for a really long time. And I let myself kind of get off on other paths for a while, which was fine because, again, now I get to bring it all into one thing. And I also let a little bit of perfectionism and like maybe I don't know enough get in the way too. And I just realized like this is what I'm super passionate about. This is where I'm originally passionate about, is movement and strength. And so here we are. And you get to connect to your body in a new way. Connection to your body brings mindfulness. It brings space for your intuition to be heard, brings you being able to choose differently and build new self-care routines. It's all intertwined to me. I absolutely use my mobility training and my warm-ups and lifting as a type of active meditation. Self-care breeds creativity. We are in a creative industry. We need space. We need time to recharge our creative and very giving natures so we can pour back into our business and into our clients. So Free Your Body is not just a workout. It's not just about creating an aesthetic look, though it can help you do that. It's about creating space to connect back to yourself, tap into and build up your power. It's really fucking well-rounded, intentional self-care to allow you to be a better leader in your health, your life, and your business. Become unrestricted in your growth potential in all of the ways. Like when I say this, my hands are like all over the place. We're expanding here. It will build you a body that can handle picking up your kids, the long hike with your partner or your girlfriends, the hours of lashing, massaging, doing facials or nails or hair. Free Your Body is for beauty pros who care just as much about their health and well-being as they do their business, and who want to change the narrative that it's the hustle over everything. If you know your body needs this, if you're tired of the pain, the tension, of stretching, just not quite doing it. Like, let's put those stretches to good use with the Free Your Body Strength and Mobility programs. Go check them out. Choose the body area that speaks to you right now and start there. The website is linked in my show notes. It's freeyourbody.coachabio.com. You'll see what's available, be able to learn a little bit about it. You can catch me on Instagram at coachabio and ask me any questions that you have. And full disclosure, if you have like shooting nerve pain issues or bone on bone type stuff, if you have some injuries that you're working with, like, please get the approval or advice of your preferred medical provider before starting these programs. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you, and I cannot tell you that they're going to cure anything, because everybody is an individual. So I want you to, of course, always do your due diligence and have discretion around the type of programs that you're choosing. But of course, again, if you have any questions, hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. Go check out all of the courses that are available at freeyourbody.coachabio.com. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the Beauty Pro Wellness Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on new episodes, leave a review, and share with your friends in the beauty industry. Beauty Pro Wellness Podcast is produced and crafted by Wonder Podcast Productions.